For anonymity's sake, I won't give away his name, but this young man put a question on one of my videos, a very serious question, and asked, how do I end a long-term relationship? So that's exactly what we're going to talk about today, how to end a long-term relationship. But before we do that, you need to make sure that this relationship needs to end. You definitely don't want to do a trial run. If you've been with somebody for a year or more, definitely a long-term relationship, you don't want to just willy-nilly end it or try to test this out, because it will not be good. You need to know that it's time to end it. And there's several things in your gut that you just know, because you know who you're looking for. Some things may have surfaced over time. You're just not feeling it. But the longer it goes, the more unfair it is to the person that you're still together. So in answering this guy's question and putting it down, I came up with 10 things that I believe to be very important to do when breaking a long-term relationship. And this is in no particular order, but I'll go through the 10 things that I came up with. So hopefully, if you're listening, you're not in this position, especially on a receiving end of it. But if you are in the driver's seat and you need to end a relationship, these are 10 things that you might want to consider. I'm definitely not the authority on this. I have ended a couple of long-term relationships in my life. Probably didn't do it the greatest way, but I was much more immature then. I'm more mature now, able to think things through. Came up with these 10 things. So without any further ado, let's jump right in. Number 1, you need to do it in person. Duh. If you ever consider ending a long-term relationship via a phone call, text, through a friend, or just MIA, you just decide not to show up, you decide not to answer calls anymore, and you just disappear, not the right way to do it. So number 1, have the respect to do this in person. Resist all temptations to get into a text battle or some kind of phone call, distant, non-personal way. You need to be there in person and face it like a grown woman, face it like a grown man, whichever position you're coming from. So that's number 1. Number 2, and this is kind of a weird one, you need to pick a place that you haven't been to before, or certainly a place that you don't frequent. Because if you break up with somebody after a long-term relationship, it's going to be something that you and them remember for the rest of your life. You don't want to tarnish a place, especially some place that they might go to in the future, or that you might go to in the future. Because guess what you're going to think of every time you go to that place? You're going to think of the crappy breakup and the heartbreak and the emotions that took place in that place. So select your place carefully and try to pick a place that you've never been to before, or certainly a place that you don't frequent. Number 3, this kind of goes without saying also, but you want to pick a place where no one is watching. Nobody wants an audience when they're getting broken up with. I don't want to be receiving some horrible gut-wrenching news on a park bench in front of hundreds of people, because I can't really fully digest it the way I want to. I can't discuss it the way that I want to. I need space, I need time, I need ability to be able to share emotions, raise my voice if I need to. I just need to be in a place where it's safe and I don't have an audience. So be sure that you pick a place that you don't have people around. It's certainly a private place. Number 4, you need to let this be the sole purpose of getting together. So you're getting together to break this. You don't want to schedule a date or some fun evening, a dinner out, and then end on this note where you're trying to get up your courage through the entire date, find the right words to say, find the right moment to say, and you're building up to it. Because if you're in a long-term relationship, your partner knows when something is off kilter. And if you're going to dinner, going to a movie, going somewhere else, hanging out with friends, and you're planning on doing it at the end of that night, they sense it the whole night that something is off. So don't even allow that stage to happen. You need to let this be the sole purpose of getting together. Number 5, obviously, you need to speak from the heart. Don't give these stupid one-liners. You need to truly speak from the heart, because if you've been with this person for a year or more, they truly carry a special place in your heart. You love them. You've told them that you love them. Maybe you've told them that you're in love with them. Maybe you've even discussed marriage. Maybe they even have a ring on, which is a little scary, a little too deep. But you need to speak from the heart. Be from a humble, emotional position and let this person know exactly how you came to this conclusion and exactly what is missing and what you feel is wrong in the relationship, because they deserve to hear every bit of truth that you can muster up to let them know in clarity, in fullness, in completion, what went wrong, what you're feeling or what you're not feeling, and be able to share deeply from your heart. Don't be cold, don't be callous, don't be short, don't clam up, don't be matter of fact. Just be able to share your emotions and understand exactly how to convey exactly what you're feeling to them. Number 6, like I said, don't throw out these one-liners. Don't throw stupid things out there. Do not say, "It's not you, it's me." Don't say stupid stuff like that. There's very cliche things that people say in breakups. Make sure you don't do that. Just speak from the heart and tell this person exactly what you're not feeling and exactly why you don't see this progressing. So stay away from the one-liners, stay away from the cliches, stay away from meaningless things that you might have pulled from a song, pulled from somebody else, pulled from a movie. Stay away from one-liners. Number 7, and this is a little weird, but you need to thank this person for a year of fantastic memories. You need to thank them sincerely and make them feel that your time was not wasted. Neither one of your time, hopefully, was wasted. That you can take away that year or whatever the time was as a cherished memory that you can pull from, a little memory in your bank that you can pull from all your life. Even after you're married, you have kids, you grow up, you can still pull from that season in your life and get some great memories from that. So let them know that it was time well spent, that it was such a great time. You thank them for that. Thank them for investing in you, for believing in you, for believing in the relationship. Thank them for just being the person that they are. As long as it doesn't contradict why you're breaking up with them. Because if there's other reasons why you're breaking up, the thank you can get a little weird. So use it appropriately in breaking up. The thank you and letting them know that it was time that you will value for the rest of your life. It just wasn't meant to be for the future. Number 8, you need to be truthful with this person and let them know exactly when you started feeling this, or not feeling it, depending on how you want to look at it, and that you've taken time to process it and have really thought about it and prayed about it to come to your conclusion. This person needs to know that it wasn't just a whim. It wasn't something that you just felt right now, and it wasn't something that you've been feeling for the last 6 months. You need to let them know exactly when it triggered, maybe an event, maybe something that happened, something that was said, something that went on between you two where you started feeling this is off balance. I don't think there's going to be a future here, but you've taken time to process it and you're not just on a whim saying, that's it, I'm out. You want to make sure that you've done those 2 things. Let them know what happened to start triggering the thoughts. And number 2, that you were able to process this to land in a good place and you feel settled with your decision. Number 9, you need to apologize sincerely. This is not easy. You need to let them know, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry that I'm not feeling this. Own that. Own that feeling that you're conveying, the emotions, the gut wrench, the train wreck that's happening right in front of you, because this is not easy. It doesn't matter if you go step by step, all 10 things, and you're like, well, I did exactly what he said and it sucked. It's gonna suck. This is not a recipe to make a breakup not suck. Breakups are terrible and they're very heartbreaking. So you need to sincerely apologize. I'm so sorry that I'm not feeling it. I'm sorry that this is happening. I'm sorry we can't continue. I apologize. No, sincerely, from my humblest, weakest, meekest position, that I am deeply, deeply sorry, sincerely, that this is happening, that I'm not feeling it, but I can't make myself feel something. I can't make this right. It's just not right, and I feel that it's time to leave. I feel that it's time to end this, and I am so sorry that I've hurt you. I'm so sorry that this is happening right now. I apologize. So you need to package that in a true, authentic apology and let them know how much they mean to you and how much it hurts you to hurt them. And number 10, and there's probably many more. If I just sat down with a pen, I could probably come up with 100 things that you need to do. But I wanted to keep it to like a simple 10. So the 10th thing that you need to do is let them process this. Give them space to process it. Make sure it's not wham, bam, get out, slam the door, and that's it. You need to be in a place where you can talk it through. You can weigh all the options. You can let them know how you feel. Go through the 9 things that I've said so far. Process it, talk it out, flesh it out. Invite them to talk. Invite them. What are you thinking? How are you feeling? Please talk to me. Let me know what's going on. Give them time to process. And this might not be an immediate conversation. It might be over an hour or two. So if you are in a private place and they just want to get up and walk around, maybe not leave because maybe you drove and you're in control, or you drove separately, which allows them to leave safely on their own, which is another option that you might want to consider. But you need to give them time and space to process. Don't make them feel rushed, like you just blurted this out and you're ready for them to get in the car and leave. Even though that might be what you're thinking in your head or in your heart, just get this over with, rip the Band-Aid off. But you need to let them process. So slow down, let them think about it, let them spill out their emotions, to talk through it, because they deserve to know what went wrong. They deserve to know why you're not feeling this, so they maybe can fix something in the future, or know what not to do, or know the signs in the future for their future relationships. But you owe it to them not to leave a question mark. Talk it out. Invite them to talk it out. Invite them. What's in your heart? What are you feeling right now? What are you thinking right now? Because I want to make sure that we land in the best place possible apart. That you figure this out. Let them process it. So there's 10 things. I know that it sucks. I know breakups suck. I've been there before. Like I said, I've broken 2 long-term relationships in my life. And wasn't crazy easy. I know that I didn't do it the right way. But knowing what I know now, and the feelings that I have for people, and the emotions, and watching my daughters grow up and go through relationships and end those relationships, and ones that ended bad and ones that that ended kind of mutual, I know now stuff that I can share with you, to hopefully you can invest that in your life. And hopefully you're not on the receiving end of this. But if you are on the receiving end of somebody breaking up with you, hopefully they have the respect for you to do it this way, and not to do it over a text or over a phone or through a friend, or to cheat on you to hope that you will break up with them. Just totally do it in the wrong ways. Hopefully they have the respect for you enough to go through this the right way. And you, if you're in the driver's seat and you're not feeling it, I've done many videos that you can look through about how to know if the person is the right person. If you just know that it's not right, you can't wait. You can't wait on this, because it doesn't really get better. You can't keep hoping, and it's not fair to the other person to let it string on and on. You need to figure out, process it, pray about it, talk to your trusted ones, maybe family, to figure out that this is right, to give you confirmation in your decision. But then you need to do it quickly. Hopefully you abide by these 10 steps and they help you do it the right way that you can have somewhat of a relationship in the future with this person, and you can somehow remain friends, which is maybe unfortunately unlikely. Long-term relationships don't always end up in some kind of friendship. So you might just go your two different ways, and you've got to be prepared for that. Be careful what you walk into. Make sure that you're ready to do this and try these 10 things. Hope that helps you. Hope it gave you something to think about and process, and maybe you can even share this with a friend who's in a situation and they need some guidance on how best to do this. Take care. We'll see you next time.